if guns don't kill people and people kill people, then toasters don't toast.
That doesn't even apply here, and that's my thing.
Well, we're saying the standing thing. Nick told that to me the other day, and I just cracked up laughing there. We're moving on to the next game, actually, and Astral Authority versus AGG. So we're going to see PrinceDannyTY, Bubble Boy, and all that squad versus Kusqt and the likes, who just dominated in their original game. So both of these teams having success. Now, kind of see who's going to take the top here. This could be huge for AGG, who have not really found themselves in the 1-2 position before. And for Astral Authority, they've got to hold on tight.
This is going to determine a lot. Astral Authority was the #1 seed coming out of the open bracket qualifier, so they have a score to set, right? You know, we have to figure out where everyone's held. These teams weren't playing each other a ton in terms of mixing. You know, they were clashing in the semifinals, and the finals, of course, were for the most part Eager and Astral Authority. These are kind of matchups that are determined more by the sides of the bracket. So a lot of scores yet to be set. A lot has yet to be seen in terms of how these guys, how is their series meta going to stack up? You know, who's going to be taking what away? And what's going to work? Is Prince Danny going to be able to run Androxus to the same effect against Astral Authority? Because Astral Authority have what it takes to run that character as well.
Well, you know, they've been I think Astral Authority, Kusqt specifically, that kind of that core with him has been very open to changing things up and doing different things.
For sure.
He's one of the better flex players in the world. I mean, when we talked about the legendary thing, he was really one of the players that I looked at. He's like, he kind of needs every single one because he plays every single champion and legitimately could be on anyone. Whereas a lot of these guys play their 2, 3 to 5 to 7 champions that they really need to make sure they have locked down. AGG go with the Makoa first. Astral Authority take away the Torvald, which was a huge part of those flankers working for AGG in the past.
So they do take the Ying here, maybe prioritizing that a little bit more, knowing that Bubble Boy is on AGG is a character that he's very comfortable with. But I mean, we're seeing him flex onto Drogos now. I mean, you can't really pin the guy down anymore. He had a great performance on it as well. He did very well on that Drogos.
He's gonna start healing on Victor. I don't know what this guy can do. I mean, hot damn, we're gonna see Bubble Boy just really flex out here. Ruckus gets picked up for AGG, and they have one more. They can go for a tanking lineup, but it will be Maldamba early on. So now, you know, they really don't want to flex. We've seen this. They don't want to flex the healer. All the healers on the table. Really, it's the damage and the flank options here that are going to be most interesting for me.
So they want to save 2 of those. I think we should start taking the philosophy. If they take the Maldamba this early, it's just be like, we want 2 picks to counteract what they pick.
Exactly.
That's the kind of the thing I'm thinking they're thinking. But the toast are toasting the toast.
But Astral Authority, they have the very last pick. So this could be crucial because no flankers on the board right now. If they do pick the Kinessa or they do pick the Androxus, it does ward off a little bit of the thoughts for grabbing a Kinessa maybe.
Maybe they wanted us to have the Kinessa.
But if
Maybe
they
all
don't,
a part of their plan.
exactly right. If they don't, then it gives Astral Authority kind of a wide window to know that maybe there are no natural predators. So something like a Kinessa could work. So they grab the Androxus, they grab the Bomb King, Rovaniik, Danny, all on comfort picks. Bubble Boy could do well. Tiny Fetus on a good pick there. Astral Authority now with the Grover trying to lock down that flanker as well, which I think they consider as the answer to flankers. Really deep roots Grover.
Yeah, and it brings more healing as well. So they're going for the 2 support, 2 front line, and then the 1 big heavy hitter Drogos to drive their team fights home. And it's kind of interesting. It's weird. We talked about Solzy on Barrack, and now is he one unknown just playing Makoa all the time? It's like these are really good players that are just on tanks. Not that tanks don't have an impact. I mean, clearly they're the prioritization right now. They're the staple of these team fights. Prince Danny going to be running Darkstalker on his Androxus. Bubble Boy running Spirits Chosen for the Maldamba. Accelerant Mobility, the name of the game for Rovaniik's Bomb King. Jake B running Aerial Assault Mobility as well for him. And finally, Pluck for ElZulu's Makoa.
Kusqt running the Barrack, Fortify, talent, giving him 4,000 extra shield. Evulli with Combustible, he's shown he could do well here. WarDoom with Field Study, going to be aggressive with the Master Riding. Lifelike for Ying, pretty standard. doesupz now flexing that, and iDropBodies, one of the better Androxus players as well, playing Grover, and Deep Roots wants to root his target with that crippling throw and really make an impact on this fight by shutting down iDropBodies. But over on the right-hand side, I saw it. I don't know if Body sees it, though. It is definitely, and PrinceDannyTY coming around from the backside. Kusqt gets a kill on the ElZulu, but all of a sudden, there's a very big pressure onto Evulli. They've got to make sure he stays alive. He's a huge part of their damage. Here's Rovaniik pressuring Bodies here, and they still can't take Androxus down.
Okay, able to get 1 kill, though. There's a root onto the high ground. So tanky, though. JAKEB is just going to be just fine. Kusqt dropping the barricade as well. Big damage into ElZulu's head as he comes back. 84% for Astral Authority here. Falling very low is the Ruckus, but he's going to be healed up very quickly from Maldamba.
They've given up so much in this fight, 99%. You can almost say that it's a lost cause at this point, but you gotta fight here. You gotta see if you can get some picks. They haven't been able to do so. Rovaniik goes down. Astral Authority in clear command of this game right now. JAKEB just getting bounced around like, you know, just something. And basically just can't get anything except these headshots, finding himself the value of the Ruckus is that consistent fire rate, no matter whether he's getting knocked up left or right, is that he can keep being effective with his DPS. And man, Maldamba staying there, healing him up, Nick. They've got to turn this around.
But AGG find their way back, and WarDoom gets nothing off of his Hyper Beam as well. Evulli able to trade out positively with PrinceDanny. The natural predator to the Dragon does fall. Now Rovaniik's got a good angle on this backline, drops to the low ground, committing, trying to find this kill onto the Drogos. Poppy bombs himself way back from downtown. There's the dome shield, but the accursed arm is not here to save the day. The Dragon Punch finds two. Evulli is coming in big in these team fights, and Astral Authority find the window. Clean team fight out of them to finally drive this payload home. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. That was a long team fight.
It really was. Sometimes we see those snowball like pushes, Nick, happen right around 2 minutes and 45 seconds. You see a 2-0, but that was not the case. Both these teams really battling back and forth. This could be a true test of 1 and 2 here in North America, but there's still a lot to be seen. Astral Authority still with the advantage. PrinceDannyTY finds himself in a good spot, but Kusqt on the barrack has just been commanding this fight. 8 streak for him. Even though he gets stunned, he's just stayed alive, stayed near that Ying. Haven't been able to take down doesupz as the healer, and the former members of Matchpoint just combining to be too tanky, too on point with each other to go down.
They're finding the angle into the backline here. JAKEB able to take down WarDoom, but 2 for 1 is not the trade you want to see. Defense do have the respawn proximity advantage. Kusqt finds another one. Bubble Boy body blocking the Makoa in, finally able to wiggle his way out. The defender respawns are much longer here, so just trying to buy team is this Makoa, but he will fall.
And this looks like it could easily be a 2-0 here. Kusqt is the centerpiece of all this, and because of Healing Station with the turrets that are healing him up, because of the Ying, because of everything that's happening here, and the Grover as well, that extra healing before the cauterizes could come through, Astral Authority could not kill Barrack. That was simply put, they just could not kill him. They did not have an answer for him and Ying's healing, as well as iDropBodies.
They don't have a lot of cauterized. PrinceDanny is the only one. ElZulu now picking it up. Bubble Boy actually going for the wrecker, so just difficult to punch through all this healing. Grover and Ying providing an immense amount of mitigation that will start to fall off, but will that time come soon enough?
I'd like to have seen maybe JAKEB start off. I see why the wrecker was chosen, but at that point, when you look at that game, that push, you'd say maybe the cauterize was a better selection there for you, just being able to spam that and really make sure that your targets that you're DPSing are getting healed up by those 2 healers. Of course, you cannot sell your items in Paladins, which means once you commit, you've committed. You can't change your loadouts either. Those cards stay the same, and you can't change your legendaries after you reach yourself out of the first base. So immediately JAKEB starts up again before moving there, but gets hit by a lot of damage from iDropBodies, and that Grover axe is almost competing with Ruckus's DPS here from such long range as it scales over distance.
Starting to come through. There's the dome shield to keep them safe. Astral Authority are taking a lot of poke. There's a Grumpy Bomb into the point. King Bomb is ready to go there. Very clumped up. Kusqt stunned out, but there's a big whirlwind to keep everybody topped off, and they're already sitting at 57 and climbing. A Dragon Punch comes through as if they didn't have enough momentum on their side.
Evulli takes down ElZulu. They definitely want to get action out of this King Bomb, but will they finish off Rovaniik? They will. iDropBodies gets the kill. Oh boy, Combustible takes down with the help of doesupz. Bubble Boy here, and on the Maldamba, he has no safe respite. Neither does PrinceDannyTY from the mad plays of Drogos and the fire spits mid-air and the wreckers that are there to just leave AGG.
How did he get up there? Real talk.
He's that good, man. That's how good he is.
How?
Nick, I'm
freaking out right now. I actually can't fathom how WarDoom got up there as Torvald.
He's that good, Nick. You have to understand, sometimes you just get the gift.
Wait, what?
And he's got it. There you go. Hyper Beam for WarDoom as well. He could use it to knock a few off the map. There's a lot of space for him.
He got Poppy bombed up there.
But it looks like he will not
bombed up there.
Stay
alive.
Sorry,
I'm losing focus here.
This sleuth, dude. No, you were Sherlock Holmes in a past life. I get it. I understand. You want to find the answer. We all do. And unfortunately, they're blowing in the wind right now, so we cannot really continue going on that. It might be a mystery. Maybe it's left for Mythbusters to kind of break down, if it's possible.
Somebody will figure it out. There's a Hyper Beam from WarDoom. Doesn't get anyone, though. Ruckus is actually very good at dealing with Hyper Beam, especially when he has the 3 charges of the advance. ElZulu, though, does get taken down. WarDoom with 2 kills already in this fight. Grover, iDropBodies picks up 1 as well. And somebody, somewhere, has got to find an answer for these momentous victories from Astral Authority. They're looking like, you know, old school burrito.
And they really are just pressing the issue. They're going heavy with this tank stuff. And despite AGG really prioritizing some of these flankers, they're not able to contend on the point, especially with Evulli. Such a strong performance on Drogos is really, I think, a key of this tank lineup working. You need those damage dealers, the ones that you do have, to perform at such a high level to keep those tanks to where they're constantly at a 4v4 or 5v5 fight. Once those tanks are 3v5, that's a whole different story, but they just haven't found an answer for how successful Evulli has been. And you talk about iDropBodies, you talk about players who have played Androxus. He's one of those with some of the best aim in this game, and he is consistently hitting these crippling roots. He misses the vine, though, and that will cost his life.
That would have been nice. Evulli found 3 kills in that engagement, but it wasn't enough. Can AGG stabilize here? 17 seconds until a potential overtime look from Astral Authority. They are coming back 5 strong, haven't given up a pick, and that's going to be important here. Kusqt posturing like he wants to get back in there.
This is big for them. If they get the Hyper Beam, though, it could be over. Right now, I see WarDoom making top play here. If he can get one of the tanks off, that's huge. Ruckus stays alive thanks to the advance, and now WarDoom's out of tricks. He does have the silence, though, and the root on the PrinceDanny. Enough CC to drive a man crazy, but here is ElZulu swinging that axe, but that axe, that anchor.
Wow. And they still have a Dragon Punch in the tank, as if it wasn't enough. I believe WarDoom did get Rovaniik with the Hyper Beam there. I saw him get the kill.
Yeah, he got one.
He flew off, pushed Jake B off, so enough disruption and a kill just for the bonus there. With the Dragon Punch, as if it hadn't all been enough. Just plenty of gas in the tank for Astral Authority. Just momentum-based wins. I feel like, you know, whenever they don't get these momentum wins, then they kind of lose, but they're just unstoppable right now.
And that's the key, right? And to me, I go back to this as we take a look at the scoreboard stats.
How is Kusqt top damage?
Because Kusqt is
How did
Barrick
WarDoom get up on that ledge?
And Barrick
Questions. I have so many questions for you,
may
Astral
never
Authority.
have answers, Nick. And that's what being human is.
I guess he's just farming damage off the tanks, but damn. 2,900 credits, top objective time as well. That Barrick is rolling in the dough. Cream gravy left and right.
Cream gravy. It's time to head to the map screen to see for Game 2 where these boys will be playing. AGG have to put a stop, basically a lockdown on the wheels of the fast-moving machine that is Astral Authority, 4-0ing almost all of their opponents. Jaguar Falls will be the next map here. A bit of a different map.
It's a good map for them, though. This is like such a momentum-based map.
It is.
And this is a really... man, they're good at this map. AGG's going to have a really good draft here.
So they started off, I believe, grabbing the Makoa. And they really wanted to have that. ElZulu had an okay performance, but I don't know if the Makoa was the difference maker. In fact, they take the Ying, and I think that's a better approach right now. The frontline tanks, you know, Astral Authority, they're going to do what they want to do. Barrick, Torvald, it seems like Torvald's somebody going to be up there.
Torvald's high priority.
I could see Makoa actually making it out of this because they really need the Drogos for what Evulli's been doing lately.
Take the Torvald for sure. WarDoom's been killing it, and it's so weird to say that he's been killing it on that. They do take the Drogos as well, and just, it was enough, right? PrinceDanny got Androxus, who's the natural predator to Drogos, but the protection and the positioning from Evulli in combination was just enough to keep him safe. Yeah,
and it's not even that. It's just the fact that Evulli's so good that he's not always going to lose every fight against Androxus. True. So, you know, there's going to be here and there, and if the rest of the team is even, you really need those flankers to give you that advantage. That's the role of the flanker. You get in, you kill that target. If you can't kill that target, you've basically lost a lot of your purpose for living, right? Yeah. Which is unfortunate there. But Ruckus gets taken up. You know, a lot of the champions we do see, Nick, going forward, for these short maps, Ruckus, they like to see. We've seen Mercy Kill Tyra come out a little bit here.
Yeah.
Victor's been a decent pick here.
Yeah, with no flank pressure, definitely could be a good look here. Astral Authority, they're trying to win this quick, man. Pip is a big part of their momentum wins, especially on Jaguar Falls. They have all kinds of disruption. I mean, the Hyper Beams and the Evil Modes are two ultimates that can kind of come out of nowhere and just jumble the team fight all up. And there is the Tyra Just trying to find some way to punish the clumping and the death balling from Astral Authority.
Which I think is a good pick. That Molotov will do a lot of damage. It's persistent health damage, right? So it's going to hurt no matter who you are.
You take a minimum of 15%, and you will take all 100 if you stand in the full duration.
Wow.
Of the Molotov.
And Drox is selected as well, so they've got the flank pressure again, and Victor gets picked up as well. So kind of a lot of these picks that we know do well on Jaguar Falls actually get picked up on Jaguar Falls. And we've got a few more seconds before we head in the game. Nick, who are you liking here? Can AGG make a comeback?
I think on paper, I'm liking Astral Authority's draft. Just the wombo combos, the setups coming out here, and they've proven time and time again that they can execute on that, especially the Evil Mojo, which is the big what if. You know, the buff recently, not super recently, but the buff to Victor's Barrage doing 1,500 damage now, potentially one-shotting a lot of these chickens coming out from doesupz could just be so lethal. Well, we see the Dark Stalk coming out, however, for PrinceDanny's and Droxus. Rovaniik running the Mercy Kill, Tyra, Bubble Boy running Lifelike Ying. JAKEB has got the Aerial Assault Ruckus, and Pluck for ElZulu's Mako.
WarDoom for Astral Authority running Field Study. Kusqt running the Fortify Legendary, giving him some extra healing, actually shielding. Catalyst for doesupz. Evulli going with Combustible for the Fire Spit, the extra dot damage, and Gunnery for iDropBodies. Looking to drop some bodies on the Victor as of now. Molotov hasn't come out yet. Surprised there by the tower. Now she throws it. Gonna do some serious damage and force him off the point. Can't just stand there. And first blood actually goes to PrinceDannyTY. doesupz follows him behind, but that's a healer traded for a damage dealer, actually. It's a damage dealer for a damage dealer. The healer gets the better end of the trade, having not died at all and just picking up a kill. Rovaniik now with the mark of Tyra, getting 15% extra damage onto his target and also revealing them two enemies. It is super crucial here on this small map where some flanks could be a little bit surprising, especially if you go around the right side. PrinceDannyTY, they know he's an issue. They got to get him out, but he stays alive. But Evulli comes in and wins that duel we were talking about.
93% as well, so all looking good here for Astral Authority. The Fire Spit come out onto the point here just to keep this
missed.
going. The overtime is started from JAKEB, but it's just not enough doesupz. And Evulli, it's so much, easy confirmable damage onto Androxus when he's forced into these tiny rooms. The Explosive Flask with the follow-up left click from Pip, as well as the Fire Spit, the Combustible doing so much damage.
And I do want to point out, Bubble Boy there was actually under so much pressure from all 5 members of them on the side of Astral Authority, and they still could not kill him. He dimensional linked so well that they just lost track of him and decided not to fight. And honestly, that is the power of Ying. I mentioned so much. He's just 5 members. They won a team fight. It's just him, and they just can't find him to kill him, let alone kill him fast enough before his teammates respawn. And Bubble Boy now making his way back over to his squad here on the right-hand side. Going for a Dragon Punch. Evulli gets a kill on the Rovaniik, just securing it, and there she turns into an illusion. Can't find her. Trying to look where she is, but again, Bubble Boy just hiding out in the corner over there, and he decides that he'll come back to the fight when he's ready.
Nice preemptive illusion. He has to have dropped those to be able to dimensional link away to them. Now he's kind of in a rough spot. It's going to be awkward for him to try and get back into this fight without popping Illusory Rift and dimensional linking back. And there's the Evil Mojo here, just trying to keep himself alive. He's under a lot of pressure. He's buying a lot of time, but his team is falling apart underneath him. PrinceDanny answers back on it too, but Kusqt finding God knows how many kills in that engagement.
2-0 again. Kusqt going for the Chronos 2 now with the huge credit advantage that he's got. Well, at least 300 for every member of the team. They're all starting to work on their level 2, their tier 2s, and AGG barely enough for some of those right now. PrinceDanny seems to be the only one who has the ability to get a cauterized 2. Everyone else still working with tier 1s.
It's just so strong, this composition and the execution from Astral Authority. They always just feel like they have an ultimate left in the tank here. Doesn't have anything available just now, but hopefully they'll still be able to get it done. Almost ready to go on the Dome Shield. PrinceDanny's struggling to get anything done right now because he's just getting punished. doesupz is putting, close to 1,000 damage with the Pip combo, and then 1,300's coming through off the back of the Fire Spit combo. That's basically all of PrinceDanny's health he's taking in a very easy to confirm AoE.
Oh, he's trying to get a Evulli right there. Catches a Fire Spit. This is huge. Crossfire from Tyra. Looking to find the damage. Is the Mercy Kill there? Oh, it is. Good damage off of the Mercy Kill grenade, giving her that extra potential 200% damage on it. And ElZulu, AGG come roaring back here in this fight and capture 58% of the objective and start zoning.
They did pop a lot of ultimates for it. Astral Authority still have the chance at a take back, but they're going to have to do it soon. 85% and climbing, now north of 90.
Wow.
It looks like Barrett, Kusqt, or maybe doesupz was able to get back there, but the kills are just flowing
This is
for
huge.
AGG. And they're looking like they're going to be able to take this one back.
Nick, I mean, this means so much. ElZulu
doesupz
is
is
still
all
on the
alone.
zone. He's well. They know he's going to die. They don't care. They're worried about this zone right here. And this is so important, Nick, that they made this statement, that they came back and they won this next fight, that it was not, again, a 4-0. AGG want to prove that they believe they are the top dogs and that everyone else should believe it too. It is a new scene. It is a fresh scene. The Tyra coming in on a 6 streak, making a huge difference. If they can't shut her down, I can see this going AGG's way this point for a full push.
And this is huge. This is awesome for AGG to be able to take this one back. They need to push this game later. They need to get the higher level records, the higher level cauterizes online to try and shut down
Wow!
composition. There's a big grenade launcher, but punished almost immediately. Astral Authority come roaring back, taking a 5-for-1 team fight. But like I was saying, AGG, they do, it's good for them, right? They have a minute and 40 seconds just to get as much credits as they can. I don't know if they'll be able to convert here, but we'll have to see. They need to get these late game items online to start shutting down WarDoom and Kusqt a little bit quicker. Breaking that front line is going to be faster and faster the later this game goes.
Nice little unicorn spray as well there by Evulli, trying to find PrinceDannyTY, who's pretty committed to taking down the dragon, but actually catches the damage from the fire spit. Oh, and slays Evulli. Rovaniik kills Kusqt. That was not what they expected. Evulli walking out there like the natural predator and actually becomes the prey. Oh, get back here, says Mako. ElZulu helps Prince Danny kill iDropBodies without a prayer, and now the hook is ready already onto the Drogos. The damage is real, and doesupz falls. AGG looking to push this through with some momentum. 3 ults actually about to be on the table for them with the Hexafire 3% away.
Ooh, drops that hook. ElZulu does go down. It's a big part of their frontline composition, but this payload is nearing completion. Of a nice hyper beam. Gets Rovaniik off the map. WarDoom needs to be able to find the stabilization. The sole frontliner for his team trying to hang on. Good positioning here for an Accursed Arms. Gonna find one. Good damage on the WarDoom as well. Puts him very low. One more shot's gonna do it, but the recharge is there. Not enough style points for that Defiance.
Gets the extra confirmed damage for PrinceDannyTY one more time. Hits the shot, a headshot in fact, and keeps his team in it. He's gonna heal up with Ying, and now he's gonna focus on the Kusqt. Kusqt doesn't know he's coming from behind him though. Can't spot him. Tries to find the turret, finds him, and now he's stuck between a rock and Androxus, and Androxus gets the better end of the trade. iDropBodies in the back line. Oh my god, mercy kill Tyra with the grenade. So much damage, they take their face off the payload, and the pace of AGG slows because ElZulu got down earlier on in that fight, and man, despite an incredible performance by AGG there, not able to push it through, and now Astral Authority go up 3-1 off of that defense point.
Kusqt bought a lot of time bouncing back and forth in his barricade, buying the time for his respawns for his team to come through, and then WarDoom immediately giving him protection, buying even more time on top of that, and then Evulli able to come back in style, finding a lot of kills, and because they were able to find that 2-0 conversion, they did benefit from the defense point. So now 3-1 up in a good position to take this set home. Astral Authority with 4 ultimates on the line, look to drive it home. All that AGG have got in response is going to be a crossfire and an illusory rift. Not super, team fight swinging ultimates there. Rovaniik has got to go absolutely massive with this crossfire.
Oh, look at this. They just pull him in. They want to get the mercy kill. They throw the Molotov on. Actually, doesupz hunts down Rovaniik, but loses track of him. This is huge. Crossfire could come out, and now doesupz is in trouble. There's the mercy kill. Rovaniik v doesupz. doesupz gets the kill. WarDoom stay alive. So is iDropBodies. That's as good as gone for AGG, though Bubble Boy will be alive here. It is not going to matter. All of them need to spawn back and stop this zone from happening. Otherwise, Astral Authority will win the game right now.
Dismounting everyone. No one has a horse coming back from AGG, so it's going to be very slow rolling. It's going to force AGG into an awkward spot. They're going to have to take team fights, probably with some unfavorable positioning here. 81% for Astral Authority, and still so many members still zoned out.
Oh, Zulu gets taken down by Evulli and that's the benefit of winning the first point fight. You put him under pressure, but DannyTY does a big thing here, and he now has to step onto the point because Barrick's there by himself. Oh, bodies drops, and now they've got to take and some healing. Bubble Boy staying alive in that fight was huge. JAKEB gets 2. Team AGG come back into it, and it's their turn to zone. I don't know if they know on the right-hand side, though, that there's someone sneaking in the back. Bubble Boy takes down doesupz, though, and they've got no pip, no evil mojo to fight.
They've got no ultimates. They used a lot more than I thought they would have in that first fight. They used the Dome Shield. AGG find the miracle Hail Mary play to come back into this one. PrinceDanny giving them the overtime. And it looks like Bubble Boy and I think JAKEB must have won that fight against WarDoom and doesupz in the backline because they came back. And now 4 for nothing in this team fight, 5 for nothing. AGG come back.
This could easily be a Jaguar Falls Mercy Kill Tyra meta with the Makoa, because doing that hook to the damage, the burst damage from Makoa and the burst damage from Tyra, it's enough to kill anyone that's almost getting pushed. It's just, you're dead. It's unless you have these incredible shields, and Torvald may be one of the most least vulnerable champions in that scenario. They are gonna just absolutely wreck. But because of the way Kusqt is in these fights, the time he's buying, the shield Torvald is putting on him specifically to keep their sustain up, it is forcing AGG back, and they've got to just let this one go. They've got to regroup. This has not worked out for them, and they got to try again.
Is just rolling here. Again, you're right. They need to find the stabilization. They need to just sit back. They've got plenty of time here to regroup. Every second that they give to Astral Authority is going to be a second lost towards that overtime. Payload still has a decent amount to go, probably 25 to 30% of its distance. Has yet to break the base officially. Nice firebomb from Rovaniik's Tyra will force back some of the tanks, but already a pickup for Evulli.
They need Rovaniik's Tyra to throw that Molotov, and then they need to stay keeper protected. What a fire spin, and he gets caught again. PrinceDannyTY doing what he needs to do, but Evulli follows back. He says, you got me last time, buddy, but not this time. Bubble Boy goes down as well. JAKEB just needs to relax here. Kusqt gonna try and put some hurt on him because he's on a 6 streak, and if they know JAKEB goes down, that's another 15 seconds they gotta wait, it seems like, while he respawns and then rides all the way back to them. 40 seconds still left. They're gonna have one more shot at it before overtime, and that could be enough. But again, do they start using ultimates here, Nick, or do they save it for next round?
They'll probably look to save as much as they can, but there are a lot of heavy-hitting ultimates online for AGG. Ancient Rage and Illusory Rift are pretty far off the mark. So I don't know what the call is going to be from AGG. Maybe they just try to play this one economically. They've won they've won more payload fights than Astral Authority have at this point in the game. So hopefully they have confidence in that and try and save as many ultimates as they can.
PrinceDannyTY's been a monster with these reversals, and he's actually just turned fights around as a result of that. But you know, they've got their eyes on him. iDropBodies as well. PrinceDannyTY goes down, and wow, ElZulu and Bubble Boy go down. That's essentially the end of this push here with no sustain, and without their front line, they've been counting on. The spray comes out. Paladins' best game, and the defense is successful. 3-2. AGG now have a chance again to keep this thing and the momentum rolling, tie it up, and maybe even win if they pick this up.
So I think Astral Authority are going to learn from their, I don't want to say mistakes, but they used a lot more than I thought they were going to in that one team fight. We saw the Dome Shield, Evo Mojo, and Barrage all come out in the exact same team fight, kind of almost at the same time. Whereas a lot of times, Astral Authority in particular do very well at getting a lot of mileage out of every single ultimate. You know, they won't use a wombo combo. They'll just use the Evo Mojo and follow it up vanilla. And same thing with the Barrages. They'll just look for kills off the back of those Barrages, whether it be from the slow from Pip or maybe a silence from Torvald. They'll make every little inch count with these ultimates. I don't expect them to come out swinging quite as hard as they did. They need to go the distance here, as AGG has shown some serious staying power.
doesupz on the right side trying to flake bodies, already picks up ElZulu, and that is not good. PrinceDannyTY looks to find a kill, and he will take bodies, and Evulli actually starts to hide here. So Evulli cannot take down the flanker, and he's got to look to the left, to the right. He needs eyes in front and behind him. Astral Authority, though, clean up the first part of this fight, which we've seen be consistent. But PrinceDannyTY in the back line still keeping things interesting, shall we say, for AGG.
Still have the Hyper Beam and the Barrage and the Dragon Punch left in the tank. Whereas all AGG's got is that Hexafire. They got to find a big one there. There's the Dragon Punch being primed up, and it will find the perfect split. Both tanks go down again for AGG. There's a Hyper Beam. Doesn't get anyone. Yes, Rovaniik takes off the map, and 87 and 90%. This is looking grim for AGG. GG.
That should be GG for AGG and Astral Authority. Astral Authority will clean this one up, and a very good job by them in this set to go ahead and take it over AGG, who, you know, have been admittedly doing a great job of bouncing back against their other counterparts here, and even bounce back against Astral Authority. Put up a bigger fight than we've seen before here in this weekend.
So they do go down. Not as much. They put up a better fight, right? They slowed the momentum down from Astral Authority. They made them go play the game for more than 10 minutes, which is a lot more than a lot of these other teams have been able to say thus far. Bodies, though, 105,000 damage on the Victor. Evulli, 90K on the Drogos. I mean, there's just so much damage. From a death ball comp as well, there's still just so much damage coming out of Astral Authority, who get it done with just the pip solo heal. I mean, turn up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing for me, too, is that the death ball comp really doesn't work unless, you know, they get that 100K, that 90K out of Evulli and iDropBodies. And they're able to do so. They're able to do so pretty consistently. And that is the power of Astral Authority, able to run it. That's why you see some of the better teams able to lean on one or two great damage dealers to be able to have these tankier lineups who really couldn't contend, you know, without that.
So Astral Authority continuing their dominance here in North America. 4 wins, 0 losses out of their 2 matches. So the perfect 2-0 here. AGG, they go down 2-3 now, as they did lose 1 game to Panda Global.